Hey kids, hey parents, happy Sunday to you. CJ, what's up, man?
Hey.
Glad you joined us.
What's up with the armor you got going on?
Well, I just got this, it's pretty cool, so I'm going to try this out, but it's supposed to, it's pretty stiff from here, like give it a shot, okay? So, let's see how strong it is. Why don't you take this, and let's go.
All right, I'm gonna give it all I got, okay? Nothing?
I'm good. Yeah?
All right, looks good.
Yeah, so, maybe I'll just start wearing this under my shirt.
Yeah.
Like a real tight shirt, and so it'll look,
Oh yeah,
look
muscular
buff.
and strong.
I mean, I'll kind of look like you, man,
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
All right, you have fun with your armor, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. So the reason I have this armor on is to help us think about something that's important that Paul tells us in the book of Ephesians. This is the point in our unit where we zoom out and look at the big picture. And we talked about how people reject Jesus. And see, in the world, when the Bible talks about the world, it doesn't just mean this big rock, that's the third rock from the sun, but it means like the cultures and the ways that people get together in groups and we form habits and values and things that we love that run against the Lord. And so our culture opposes God, but so did the culture in England in the 1700s, and so does the culture in Kenya in 2023 and in China in 1500. So did the Jews in the Old Testament. It's not just that one place or one time is the worst. And so the world we live in, it rejects the Lord. It doesn't want the Lord to be in charge. And so we've got to be careful because God has called His people out of the world to be His. And He calls us to live in local churches, not in a building, but in relationship with the people in the church so that we can help each other to stand against the lies that the enemy brings. Because see, evil is real. Even though we can't see it, evil is real. And so Paul tells us that God has given us an armor. And it's from Isaiah. It's the Messiah's armor that we get to use. And things like the breastplate of righteousness and the belt of truth and the sword of the Spirit, which is God's word, the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, feet that are ready with the gospel. Those are things that help us to stand against the lies that Satan and the powers of evil would try to sell us and say, oh yeah, this will lead to happiness, this will lead to peace for you, when really it won't. It promises more than it can actually give us. And then if we follow it, we go, oh, I didn't think this would happen. And so God has given us these things so that we can stand while these powers of evil attack us as individuals, but attack our churches. And we give ourselves to prayer because God hears the prayers of His people. So as you guys talk about this, think, where in your life do you need to focus on God's armor and make use of what He's given to us? It's a gift. Remember, it's the Messiah's armor. Where do you need the shield of faith or the belt of truth or the sword of the Spirit so that you can stand against what you face? Because it's not just armies and tanks and things like that or getting hit in the stomach. It's something a lot worse. So where do you need God's help to stand with the armor that He's given? Those are encourage each other with that. Push each other along. And I got one more thing for you, and it's the word of the week or the question of the week. If you go to Ephesians 6, beginning at verse 10 through about verse 20, there's something that Paul tells them to do over and over. And I've said it in this video, but you want to look and see. But about 3 or 4 times, Paul says to do this with God's armor. And this is what it helps us to do as we deal with the forces of evil. So come tell me the answer to that question. Me or one of the other leaders, you get a point for the Trail Stop Store. All right, guys, I hope to see you soon. Take care.